All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me for the Coyote Radio Show and podcast. We just got back from a crazy week in Austin, Texas during South by Southwest. Had so much fun. There's music everywhere. We were invited down by Jason Hendrix, which I now consider a great friend. What a host. What a guy. Been on this great show at the Colton House under Meanwhile in Music. So if you don't already follow that, I got links in the description. Follow their pages, all the social media things. But we did four days of music basically during the days, and just absolutely packed it with talent, all different types too. It wasn't just like one style or genre. It was a wonderful blend of music. So yeah, I pretty much was there for the week, but in a few days I crammed in about 14 or 15 interviews, kind of down and dirty style. We didn't have a lot of time with artists because people are just coming and going crazy in all directions. But yeah, it was great to sit down and talk with several artists and kind of get where they're from, what projects they're working on, and kind of what their future plans were. So we kind of, grabbed the gist of it and went with it. So I hope you like these. We're going to roll them out. We're going to send a bunch of them out as fast as possible because we want this information to be current and up to date. But once again, hats off to Jason Hendrix, Meanwhile in Music. Thank you for inviting the podcast down. Hopefully we can do it again next year. And we love you, man. So, all right, let's go talk to some artists. All right, we're back at the Colton House, Austin, Texas. What a time to be here in the city, really. There's music everywhere for South by Southwest. We're here with Blue Cactus, Steph, Mario, just got off the stage. Amazing performance.
Thank you.
A lot of fun to see live. I highly recommend it. We'll get in that in a minute, but if you could, just kind of share the background of like where you're from and how this all formed, how you guys came together and started making this awesome music.
Yeah, for sure. We live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and I'm originally from North Carolina. I've been living there most of my life. Mario's from Florida originally, moved up. We met through playing music together.
Okay.
We've been playing over a decade. We started out in a string band called Steph Stewart and the Boyfriends back in like 2011. Yeah, about 2011. We were connected through a really good mutual friend who's also a musician. His name is Omar Ruiz Lopez, and he's out in Nashville now, plays in a ton of bands. And anyhow, he's a great fiddle player, and we were playing together in the string band with Omar where I was. And he finally convinced Mario to leave Southwest Florida, which probably wasn't a very hard thing to do from what I hear, to come up and play music with us because the scene in the Triangle where we are is just so vibrant. And yeah, really happening. So that's pretty much how we met. We started playing around one mic, doing the acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
And then over time, our bandmates kind of got involved with other stuff. Their lives happened. They moved, and we were playing as a duo and writing country songs, playing electric guitar for Mario. So that's how Blue Cactus came about.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love the old school string band stuff. Like, that's probably my first love in as far as country music goes.
Yeah.
But especially in the region that you're doing it in, I mean, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's something new that's happening right now with Blue Cactus? You guys working on new EPs, records, anything like that we can name drop out there to start a buzz?
Yeah, I don't know. We just wrapped recording and just got our final masters back on our next record that we're really excited about. We were recorded with a couple different folks. One is Whit Wright in Nashville. We went over to his place. Great steel player, and he produced. We did some songs over there. We also did some back home in our neck of the woods with our kind of usual crew. So we had a couple different scenarios of, like, in Nashville, we were working with a lot of awesome session folks. Russ Paul being one that was just kind of mind-blowing. He's like, when you look at his credits, it's insane. Just all the great records he's played on. So yeah, we kind of have that in the can that we're really excited about, and just looking forward to getting that released together.
How many tracks are on that one?
That one is nine tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's exciting. I love new music all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So what's the plans next? You know, we're in Austin right now. Like, are you currently on tour right now and heading somewhere else, or you got a big spring, summer lineup to run, or?
Yeah, so right now we are pretty focused on like our plans for releasing that record and working with a team of folks to help us out with that. So we're not really touring a ton since we're getting ready to release a record and figuring that out. But we're heading back to North Carolina tomorrow and playing a show in Raleigh, which is in North Carolina, in about a week. We have a really special show at the North Carolina Museum of History, and we're going to have a 6-piece band for that. So we've been rehearsing a lot for what we've done today, you know, playing in a couple other friends' bands plus ours. And then for this show, we're doing a lot of rehearsals right now and kind of scheming, I would say. But Mario and I are going to start to pick up in May. We start getting pretty busy.
Yeah. Hit the road a little harder. Push that record.
Well, yeah, just keep playing the songs out, and we don't know when it's coming out or what the plan is yet, but that's what we're working on.
Yeah, that's great. What is this? You said this is your first showcase here in Austin for South by?
Yeah, this is our first time playing during this festival, showcasing.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Hopefully you come back next year.
Yeah, we'd love that. We'd love to play more shows, so if you want to have us, folks,
definitely.
let us know.
Yeah, so what, you know, you guys work together a lot, and there's a lot of moving parts in music. You got numerous different instruments happening. What's kind of like your guys' writing process? You sit down with a guitar and kind of hammer things out, or you just lyrics come to you and you jot them on a paper? Like, what's kind of your go-to method, I guess?
Yeah, we might be a little different on this answer, but I know for me, like, I kind of sit down with a guitar. I always have an instrument with me normally, but every now and then I like to go on walks a lot. We have a dog who I walk, and sometimes I walk myself and just I'll get a melody in my head with some random words, and I'll try to get a voice memo of that, and then go back to my guitar and figure it out. And it's usually like something's kind of inside of me that I haven't really understood yet, that's trying to like process and reveal itself. So I'll sit with that, and the best ones just kind of write themselves, I've found. Like, once I make the space, like, the song comes, and I just feel like a vessel. Sometimes I'll write a whole song, or sometimes Mario writes a whole song, and other times one of us will start a song and get so far along and realize we need the other person to help us figure it out, and so that's when we collaborate usually.
Yeah. Kind of hit a wall a little bit and just need like a little extra thing to get over the hump.
Yeah, it usually ends up making the most sense where individually we'll gain momentum in a certain song. You know, we'll be trying, maybe you're just fishing in the dark for a while, but the song has an identity at a certain point, and you get it to that space where it's like, you know what the vibe is a little bit. It just needs a little bit of polishing. That's usually where we have ended up being kind of the most productive. But there are a handful of songs where we start from scratch together and just kind of sit down and hammer things out that way. Like the classic country, kind of like starting from a title kind of thing. We have a couple tunes that we did that way, where we just started with the title and sat down and kind of just either trying to make each other laugh sort of thing, or whatever it is, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like fun, really, to me. A lot of people turn it into like work, but if you can kind of back away from the work ethic of it and make it fun, I think the music turns out better.
Absolutely.
So it's just kind of cool. Well, thank you, Steph.
Oh, my pleasure.
Mario, thanks I know it's short and sweet, but is there anything you want to share as far as social media? You guys got a website people should check you out at?
Yeah. The website is Blue Cactus Music.
.com.
Yep.
And we're on some socials. We do Instagram mostly, and that's at blu.cactus. And we're on Facebook if you look for Blue Cactus. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it pretty much, I think.
Good deal. I'll put all the links in the description for anyone who want to check out their music. Like I said, recommend them, especially live. Go check them out when they're back on the road. So we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much.